Hi again, everyone. This is our last episode for the day. I just have a few questions to ask this young gentleman, and then we wrap our day. Uh, I still find the cable is still connecting.
Yeah,
When
mine is
it's
connected.
still connected.
Mine is being connected.
It's still connected. So the first question I'll ask for this last lap is that what lessons have you learned personally about respect, consent, and boundaries? Like, for instance, there are men who think that if a lady is in a relationship with you, you can have sex with her anytime you want without her consent. Even if she doesn't want, you can still take it. So, what lessons have you learned personally about respect, consent, and boundaries?
For me, what I can say, if if you can respect yourself, you'll be able to respect others, and others will know and will respect you back. Because respect goes both ways, you know. So if you are in a relationship and I wanna have an intercourse with her, and she's not in the mood and stuff, she doesn't want. I'm asking for, like, asking for a consent. It's not like I have to force this on her. We have to agree on each other. If we both agree, then we can have the thing. But if not, I don't know. Yeah, but you respect first yourself, just like the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Respect yourself, then you'll be able to respect the others. And also asking for a person consent. You can't just take something that is not yours just like that. No, ask. Yeah.
Jenna, what do you think? What have you learned?
What I've learned is, I'd say, be acceptable, have acceptable key. This is how it is, and I should not force it or do it in my way. If it's a no, it's a no. And if I don't understand why is it a no, just ask why. Then she tells you why. Then leave it like that. Don't try to force things that are not meant to be happening. Yes.
Yeah.
On my side, I think respect is earned. What I've noticed that you cannot expect to be respected just because you are a man. You still need to earn that respect. How people treat you, you need to earn it first. If someone is gonna give you their respect, you have to understand that they also are looking for their respect from other people. So you cannot just demand it from them. And in terms of the consent part, it goes together with entitlement. Some people feel like it's a must that women must sleep with them. And so if they don't get that, they tend to go towards rape and abusing maybe if someone has power, they think that the power that they have is what will make them get what they want from women, especially the people with money and whatnot. So that's where the concept comes from. Even if you can have money, if a woman says no, you need to respect their word. So that's what I can say for that.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. My second question is that how do you hold your male friends accountable when they speak or act disrespectfully towards women? This question I can actually say that it stems from, friendship relationships. Mostly you young men, like when you're with your other friends, there are a lot of things that your friends might have to say about you, about women. Some men or some young men probably do have those friends who find it so easy to them to just call a lady the B word. And so when Jay, as a whole you, how do you really hold your male friends accountable for when they speak or act disrespectfully towards women?
When I used to say to them, okay, you might say she's a what's now, but then what if okay, how would you feel if they say this to your sister, or okay, not even sister, to your man? Because I used to tell them how the way you address a female is how they address your man, whether you know it or not. When you say this one is a what, there's someone who says your mother is a what, and how would you feel if you heard them say that? And also, it's a thing for don't call people when you don't know them. Like, don't call them names that you if you don't know anything about them. And also, if sometimes it goes a long way for as much if this man is way too beautiful for me, start to think for her for like this one. But if now she's a watch and then she deals with people like that, if she's not in your standard, don't call her or try to say this because of you feel like she's like this. Yes, Martin.
For me, I'd say I'll call them out on whatever they're doing that is bad. I'll tell them straight that what you're doing is bad, but you stop it. As he was saying, it's like pretend as if it was maybe one of your family members, was your mother, sister, how would you have felt? Understand? But then there's some friends who like, even if you told them that they still continue doing it. Which is on my part, that's either rather just cut off the friend. To say, I cannot hang out with you if that's how you treat women. Because I don't feel comfortable with you treating women in that way.
And I like that.
Yeah, I think also to be open with friends, just like what you say, where you have to cut them off. Like in life, they say, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. You see, like if you have those kind of friends, you tell them once, you tell them twice, they don't still change and stuff. You tell them the third time, it's nothing. It's better you cut the person off because it's at the end it's going to go in you, and then you'll end up calling other women with a B-word or weird way because of the friends that you had. So for me, it's better like you cut off.
Draw the boundary.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice, guys. The other question that I have is that what do you think young men can do to be part of the ending of GBV?
Men can do.
What young men could do, what you could do to be part of the ending of GBV?
Okay, just like the way you said at the previous episode where you said you need to know who you are. For like be the ending is ish, things not coming right, but talk let me figure it out.
Yeah, I'd say maybe it starts with all of us, like as men. We should all look at ourselves in the mirror that what part am I playing in all of this? When I see something that is wrong, do I just keep quiet and just say, hey, that's what's wrong, they'll see themselves? Or do I try and intervene and try and find out how can I stop it? Maybe find help. Maybe if it's a woman, tell her, can't you find any help from someone? Is there anyone who can help you? Maybe if she says there's no one that can help her, try maybe calling the cops, finding out maybe there's those phone numbers where maybe that you dial, that you can call. Yeah, those hotlines that you dial, give you advice on them to say, well, you can actually do something about this. As much as maybe some of them might not have the option to say I can call someone, because sometimes when these situations are happening, it's mostly life threatening. Like they tell them, you see, if you tell someone, I'm gonna kill you. So they become afraid of like opening up with someone. But then it's important that we advise them to say, no matter how bad it is, try and talk to someone about it. You never know where you might find help.
Beautiful.
I'd say we should stop being ignorant as first and stop being easily influenced by ignorant people. In a self if I find Kore, if Kabomo now posts who are guys, men are not ATM, green hearts. If you're easily influenced by that, I don't think we can stop it now, the movement, because of young brothers are easily influenced by wrong things now. And then Also, they sometimes kunalento lebabatshela nokuthi wena we-out-njani enza kanje nakanje. That's also a part of influence for you. And this program might be right. Now, yeah, it's no, it's wrong, but then, yeah, if we can stop being ignorant and easily influenced, we might go somewhere with this movement.
Yeah, you see, just like okay, you see, just like the way you said you had to call the officers and stuff. I mean, now what I would say is, as to how we are going to stop these things, I don't know if it's going like that is from me. It says, picture like every woman as your mother or your sister or your like your close person. Picture them where you see where they're being maltreated. It's either you call what is this the officers or you fight for them. You see, you fight for them. Okay, if I'm passing through the streets and I see like there are other couples where they take even the fight outside. You see now the guy beating the woman. You won't just pass by or would say it's their business. No. If it's to take a brick and beat the guy, beat the guy.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like beating the woman
And
and
it's like goes to the thing like if you see if it was your sister, you
Yeah.
see it's the thing
that emotion.
you like stand there hopeless. You're also gonna do something.
Yeah.
Pick up the brain. You can see he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Pick up
Pick something, beat the guy because you can't just like put it. You living. It's like you putting there now yourself. Would say, if it's me beating the woman, how will someone else will also come and beat me just like the way. So it's either put yourself. Would say, hey, that's my mom or that's my sister who they're beating there. Go. It's either you, but hey. But the other women also, when the guy coming trying to help, now the woman chasing the guy out, chasing the other out. That's also where they get to miss the help also. When someone is coming to help you, but chase the guy out. But for even officers also, officers have to pull up their socks. That's the thing now. When you call them, they need a lot of it for you to explain and stuff, and for them to come, they will come when the person is dead or something like that. And when you hear, this place is this lady, she's being abused, you give the address, make sure to come fast before they get worse.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, guys? So like, you two, ne, will help a lady when you see her, they getting more.
Yeah, we must de-escalate. Chill out, relax. But I wouldn't ask why they're fighting. Just like, because he might kill her. In the day. So if he kills her, you find that maybe the woman was not wrong. First of all, I'm gonna live with the case of like, could have done something.
Say, make a move.
Yeah.
For me, I don't like fights.
So how would you stop them if it happens for you? Kill my brother, kill Jana, I'm beat, I'm true, I'm beat.
It's easy.
How
Stop.
come?
Tell the man, because he's the one, the man is more powerful, he has more control of stopping them, whatever. Because then he's the one who keeps beating her. She's not fighting back. You have to think of that. She's not fighting back. And she knows she can't fight back. And so the guy's gonna keep until what? So rather tell this guy, wait. If he doesn't understand that also you beat him.
But one thing my mom once told me, Guti, you mustn't end up being abusive to a woman and stuff, because you never know which woman you get. Women can kill you in cold.
Yeah, some of them.
Because if like she's in a relationship where she's being abused and she doesn't want to leave, or maybe she has nowhere, like, as we were speaking about, where she has nowhere to go and stuff. The only option like for her to stop the abuse and stuff, maybe come would say, let me end this guy and stop this violence. It needs to be in jail and be in jail. Because that's also where men also get to lose their lives. Because you can't be going abusing someone and then you expect nothing to happen to you. You know, also you have to think ahead. You know, women like hey, they're silent killers. That's one thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I understand you guys. If you could ask me a 2 cents on what I think you should do as young men to be part of the FA, start where you are. You have a girlfriend, treat her right. Don't overuse your powers to her. And remember that the only powers that you have,
It's physical.
it's just physical strength. Understand that it's just physical strength. Don't use those powers on her. You have a mother at home. Treat her well. You understand? Start small and finish big. You know, you might be, you will be so amazed and perplexed to see how small seeds or small environments can impact big environments. Because for now, you can't really go to Cape Town and murder that guy who's murdering a lady
Yeah.
in it. But you can start where you are. When you see a lady in front of you, you stop the idea of sexualizing her, regardless of how she looks.
Yes.
You get my point. You stop the idea of making her feel as if she's a sexual object. You right now we are in a school. You see a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
You start here. You get my point. You have lady teachers. I'm your facilitator. I'm your teacher. I'm a lady.
Mrs. Mete.
You have your classmates of which are ladies. You start where you are, and you'd be amazed how big that movement will grow. A lot of people think if you want to make a change, you should go there, print out flyers, march, and do all of these things. Somehow those things are not bringing any change. It's just a march. Even if we are also gonna just spam or we're just gonna paint the whole social media with purple, it's just painting at the end of the day. If there is no change, there is no change. However, I think you guys can start where you are. From today, you rewire. I think this should be our thing now. You know, you connect. I think it starts with you connecting and rewiring. You know,
Yeah.
you go back to your senses and understand that, you know, if I see my aunt, I should treat her in a certain way. If my sister, these people are eggs, I should treat them like that. You get my point? Not in a way that you want to sexualize them or you want to be in a relationship with them in a later stage. Just be a gentleman. Be a gentleman to your mom. Be a gentleman to your sister. Be a gentleman to your neighbor, to your everyone, to every lady that you see. And you would be so amazed on the big impact that you make. Most of the time, it's just the small things are also big things. I am telling you that the small things are also big things. We could host a campaign here. We bring a lot of people, a lot of men to come listen. Yeah? It could be nice, take nice pictures, to post on the gram, post on Facebook and everything. But if one has not changed at home, if one has not changed in their own small circles, there was really no change that happened. So it's not really that we're saying people should change, but we're saying people should grow. People should rewire.
Yeah.
I think we should
Connect.
rewire, go back, you know, so that they understand Wuti. You can't really say you will take on the big world and try to fight gender-based violence. Unfortunately, the world is too big. This thing is happening globally, worldwide. So you can't really go in all of these places and try to solve these problems. However, you can restructure your life in a way that in your circle, this does not happen. It starts with you. Because we have seen that most of the time, it's men who really abuse women. You understand? Not that I'm saying men are not abused, just that now we're not speaking about men, but we're speaking about women. But it's men who violate women, it's men who violate children, it's men who rape children and women. You understand? If you are going to decide that you're going to be a good person, a good man, a man of substance, a man of honor, you'd be amazed how that could influence your friends. You could be amazed how your friends could also go influence their other friends. You get my point? Change starts there. You plant a small seed and just watch it grow, because you just can't change. You can't help all of these men in the world to grow. But you can, just smaller yana seeds, smaller yana seeds. If you see a person doing something crazy, they are sexualizing a woman or they are treating a woman as if she's a sexual object, you fight it there to say, no, me, I'm not going to be a part of this. You get my point? Those are the small seeds.
And
Okay?
I like what you say, because that's also what I always try to work on that. Even at home, I have my younger sister. I'm staying with my younger sister and my aunt. There's something that happened at home that she did. It got me to a point where I'm like, angry and stuff. Like she was standing there and I'm standing here. So when I'm asking her questions, she's taking me like this. I'm like, okay, don't take me there. Tell me the truth and stuff. Until where she like I didn't want to go and be so and beat her for, because that's not who I am. That's not me. I didn't even want to go there. I'm just like, you tell me, we end the matter right there. And we ended the matter, and now we go, even with every woman that here at school, I'm like, hello, if I see her and she's wearing nicely, I can go and compliment her, go to you, you're wearing nicely. Not in a lustful way, but appreciating her, like how she's wearing nicely, not with lasting over her, no. Just very more gentleman. Yeah. It's a small seed
Yeah, yeah,
can help change the world.
that's true. My other question says, how can schools and communities create safer spaces for women and girls?
How can schools and societies
This is a school.
Mhm.
You are at school right now. How do you think this school could create a safer space for women and the girls? Because let us just be brutal and honest with this. Each and every 12 minutes in South Africa, there's a woman who's being killed, a woman who's being raped. This is not only starting now, it's just that people are only raising eyebrows now. You understand? It has been happening for a long period of time. Each and every day, each and every minute, each and every after 12 minutes, there's something that happens to a woman in South Africa. Meaning, we can't really say when you're here at school, you're safe. We have a young lady whom we presume she was raped at school. You get my point. There are ladies who have been raped. I saw a story of a girl who was raped and killed in the comfort of her own home.
Mm.
So, you send a child, they go to there's a story of another lady who was raped and killed when she was going to a library. Imagine that these people, ladies or women, are not only just being violated when they are on groove or places that are unsafe, also places that should be safe for them now are no longer safe.
Yeah.
How do you think we could go about with making sure that we create a much more safer and uh, more of a safer, how can we create a safer space for women and young girls?
I think we have to, first and foremost, I think we have to be honest with each other. Like, sometimes these things when they happen, it's like they don't happen. It's not like it's planned, whereby you can see the traitor coming. These people come, maybe it's a person who's clean, they dress nicely. So you think that you're protecting from someone who's like it's an obvious person that died, this one is a rapist. But then you find that the person you least expected is the one who does it. And then you find that most of the time they get away with it because no one is thinking about it that it can be that guy. So I'd rather say that, rather educate the women and let them acknowledge the fact that, no matter how much you can try and create a safe space, you never know when it can happen. So women should be aware of their surrounding and make sure that they don't go into places where there's less people. Make sure that you always, maybe if you go into a place where there's no one there, try going with someone maybe who you trust. Go with someone who you trust other than going there alone, because you find that whether that guy is waiting for you there where he knows you find you there alone.
And to teach them how to protect
How to
themselves.
protect themselves. So it's much
Do you
more.
think martial arts could work? Because I heard a friend of
Yeah.
mine saying that, they advise ladies to go and join
Should
a
I
local
advise?
dojo.
You
They
know,
learn
the
martial arts. Or
Even-
maybe ladies have guns.
Guns, maybe, not martial arts.
Yeah.
but remember,
Pepper
every
spray.
man has the weak point. Yeah, like you see a man trying to come and do 1, 2, 3. A woman should know where to kick in or where to hit, so that when the man will be busy attending to his pain, that's her time to get away. You know.
Not martial arts, man. Martial arts.
Why?
Don't shut spin kick, not martial arts.
Yeah, it's just a self-defense thing.
Self-defense.
But it's kind of who naturally men are stronger than women.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
true.
it's better to have it. Maybe you can have it can help you get away. Knowing the martial
Yeah,
arts.
it can, but then there's thing that I don't like about anger because of now, after maybe beating him as a woman, obviously you feel the pain. But then because your anger just kicked in, you won't run away.
You want to continue.
You want to continue. And maybe while continuing, this one is giving more strength now.
to come
Like
back.
it is.
Exactly.
Other martial arts and pepper spray.
Yes, pepper spray.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, don't try and eat man.
Also me now, I use a pepper spray now. Where I buy it is not nice day.
This is very serious because if a lady or if a woman could be perpetrated in their own safe space, I mean at school, a young baby girl got raped at school, we presume, it shows how women are really not safe.
Yeah.
The very same hands that we see were supposed to protect them are the ones killing them. So a lot has to be done. We are all accountable. You are also accountable. All of us are accountable. And we should do something. Something should be done. Not just this one podcast where we are talking about these things. Something really should be done. I don't know what, but something
Has to be.
really has to be done. You get my point. Something has to be done, okay?
And another thing that I wanted to say is like, but then with this one, it's kind of like, it's controversial because what I would say is like, say you see a woman walking alone at night. Do you approach her and ask her to escort her until she gets to her home place safe, or you just keep your distance?
You know what I do? If maybe she walks on this side of the road, and walk maybe this distance, okay,
Oh, nice.
far from her. Oh, my God, to take pen. Then I can start running and hunting.
But for me, I've encountered these things of where, like, I'm going back home. It's at night, and I'm going back home. I'm in France. Then there's this lady, one of the ladies, like, she's working also, and she's like, I don't know, she's rushing up to me so that, like, she can walk with me, so that when she enters, and then me, I can continue. I don't know if I've been like asking myself, is it the energy that I have where a lady will just come up to me at night and walk with me if she's like, I don't know what is pushing her, which she must come close so that I can walk her.
Do you walk with them?
I walk with them.
Very brave, my brother.
Yeah.
Very brave, this one.
Because for me, I'm not afraid. I'm not scared for nights or
Yeah,
dangerous
I'm not
places
afraid
and
of
stuff.
nights. I'm afraid of a person who's walking behind me, regardless whether you're a woman or not.
And if it's a man, but me, I'm just thinking of a woman, she's behind and I'm in front, and me, I'm walking home, and she's also walking home. She will just push fast to try and walk up with me so I can, then we push a conversation where she's going, or I'm going this side, okay. I'll push you until this far. Me, I'm staying this side, I'll push you this far, and then from there you can go. Okay, I push her there and then I return home. That's
No,
like
I
that.
won't like even if it can be a makoko, man. and all I see is a crane in this one. I won't, man, I won't try to escort her. I'll keep my distance, but I'll check for her for she's still safe. But I'll keep my distance for her. What if now I go there and I distance me because of I once had an incident, just a beautiful Makoko, that's one, madam. She says I must help her with baskets and stuff. When I help her and shop done, what did I lose? They took my shoes, they took my phone. I was like, no more from there. So if I see a lady walking or Makoko, I keep a distance, but I'll watch for her. Something mustn't go wrong. But I'll keep my distance. Not to become, I will help her. If I see something going wrong, I'll tell her, hey, something's going to happen. But I won't be close to them.
Yeah, I'll try to take
Understood.
advice.
So, how do you, if you had a chance to talk to other young men about GBV, what message would you give them?
For me, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna tell them what is this? If you have a property or you have a thing, what are you going to do to keep it moving and stuff? Obviously, they will protect it, nourish it and stuff. So now turn it into a woman. A woman she's supposed to be cherished, and if a thief comes in, you will fight. You will fight for no one to touch that thing of yours. Not only about her woman, but different women. Take the person as your treasure. They say where your heart lies, where your treasure is. You see, so take a woman as a treasure, and also as your mother. You see, and as your mother or sister, know how to protect the person, and don't just why it's their business. I'm minding my own business. What if they're killing the person there? And her blood will be on you. Why? Because if she dies, spirits will take her back, will see what happened before she died. She will know, she will say, when they're killing me, man, he left. You see, she will haunt not only the killer, but also you. You are supposed to help her. See?
So you are saying that men should be cautious, otherwise they'll be haunted by ghosts.
Yeah, because people, you will die, you will now want to know who killed you. So if you know it's this is the person who killed me, and the other person was supposed to protect you, but he just left. Instead of him coming in and fight for you, Mara, he left. And he was like, it's our own business, okay?
So don't forget.
Not normally I believe in ghosts, but it does, it's something that is, for me, I say it's true.
Jara, what would you say?
My advice to Provella, don't get yourself into heated conversation with women. Because you throw a tantrum now. Just vibe, calm down, talk nicely. If it gets high again, don't get into heated conversations. Yeah.
Open for
Me,
something.
I would say that always have a choice. As a man, you always have a choice. If you see that maybe you're not getting the respect that you want from her, you can leave, find someone else. It's just there. Don't try to force her to ask you to respect me.
So the solution is to leave.
Just avoid problem. Like they say, a wise person sees the problem from far and takes the right. So you see, would say she's going to be a problem and I don't want to reach there. Just take her right and protect the woman as your treasure.
Okay, thank you guys. I have got 3 last questions that are future vision based. So the first one is that how do you imagine a South Africa free from gender-based violence? Does that ever come through your mind? Do you think that one day we will be free from gender-based violence? Yes or no? Do you think that we
No.
would? Why?
Influence, madam. Brothers are easily influenced. And
But
ignorant.
what is it that you? Okay, continue.
Yeah, but yes, man. We're easily influenced and very ignorant, man. If we raise an issue for let's stop GTV, but that way now was what I got to home and not ATMs. It's
So are you just saying that people should just accept that this is the new normal?
Not really.
For me, I believe Kuti it might be it will be free only if men connect themselves. You know,
It's just a matter of
the matter of you being aware and know how to protect your lady. Then if men are aware and know how to protect a lady and they see another man doing practicing GBV, the guy will go and fight the guy. And when the guy will be scared now to do those GBV because they will hunt him down. Let me just say, maybe they will hunt him down not only by a woman, but also men will hunt him down and beat him with him. So as we are trying to stop GBV, we are continuing. You see those kind of things. If only men just rewire themselves, then it's going to be good.
okay. And then the second question is that what kind of a man do you want to be in that world? A world free of gender-based violence. Like, what kind of a man do you want to be?
I'd say accountable
Okay.
and not like blame sheet, like say because I like the people who practice the gender based violence, they always defend themselves, to say that I did this because she's the one who started without acknowledging the fact that
That
we
they
are
were
wrong.
wrong.
So they're always defensive and not even regardless of how wrong they were, they still find something right in whatever they did.
So you will be an accountable man. I like that.
the question was
What kind of a man do you want to be in the world free of gender-based violence?
I don't wanna be the man who stopped the GBV, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You want to be the man who stopped everything?
I'll have a poll now. Put it on poll. It says, yeah, Jada streets because of he did this.
Nice. Nice. Sam, what kind of a man do you want to be?
I want to be like, a person who's going to, just like the way you say, something like him, but influencing more men how to know to treat a woman,
This is
how
how
to take.
only the influence someone. Start somewhere.
You start where you are. You finish big. You start where you are. Leave others out there. You start where you are and you finish big. I like that.
This candidate.
Okay. One last question. What promise would you make today to contribute to ending gender-based violence?
Let's not only speak about it. Let's say, obvious, at most I see people saying on the 21st, they're gonna initiate what's a march, something like that. Let it not stop there. Let it not stop there. Let's have a bigger thing that will happen after the 21, after next year. Like,
What are you promising, Wayne, that you're gonna do?
you know,
Yes. And I'm gonna scout you.
what I'm promising, I'm not gonna treat every lady, yes.
Every lady that you meet, you're gonna treat her well.
with
Oh, that's
respect.
nice. Oh, that's nice.
For me, I'll try to always help out wherever I can. If I can see that maybe there's a gender-based violence situation going on, I'll try to maybe intervene, not in a direct way to like, is there anything wrong? Is there anything I can do to help? Like offer something, maybe never know, maybe there's something that I can do. Like, hey, we can go to the cops if there's that option, but then at least I did something. Not just I just ignore the whole situation and just pretend as if nothing.
For now, what I promise is to plant a seed of love, seed of like protection to a woman, or just be planting seed of stopping the GBV and let love lead.
That was nice.
Yes.
This conversation was tense, however, it was fruitful, it was nice. Yes, we've come to an end of our episode, hoping that you loved it. We're gonna see you again on the next one. Remember
Remember to connect.
Rewire,
Yeah.
connect.